Another great week in the NFL. Of course, the Saints wrap it up against the Falcons in just a short period of time in the Superdome. So, Brian, a lot of results you could point to there, but what really got your attention?
You're right, Kenny. I mean, it was a busy Sunday and Thursday. Once again, I am just amazed, absolutely amazed at the resiliency the Patriots have shown under Bill Belichick with Tom Brady on the sideline. I mean, it almost, one of us maybe could go under center and the results might be the same. To have lost Brady and then Garoppolo and then bring Brissett in and have them kind of not miss a beat. And now he's got a thumb injury. I'm just, seriously, every week, Bill Belichick proves that he is clearly the most outstanding football coach in the game today. And I'm going to just leave it at that and let Ricky go on. But that New England dismantling Houston was a shocker.
Well, bro, I'll tell you what, man, just looking at Belichick, I thought that Coach Bill Walsh was the best coach that I've seen. But, man, now, at my day and era, and I've been looking at football for a long time, I don't put nobody in the hell of Belichick.
Yeah.
I said to myself, man, I'm going to get me a tie, and I'm going to put Belichick all over the tie. I mean, he just keep coming up with the best game plan, making the players in the right position. Everybody want to play for him. You hear no gripes. Everybody just go do their job. And, I mean, you just love that. And just looking at him, his demeanor is, we're going to win. The guy gave him the football last week after the first touchdown. That shows you what people think of him. And I mean, he see people as people, and that just means a whole lot to you.
Well, when coaches say just go do your job, I mean, they truly, I'm kind of sick of the Patriot way and everything. I kind of get a little lost on that thing. But there is that feeling about that they just go about and do their job, and there are no excuses. Two other games really quick. Arizona and Buffalo. I'm just shocked that Rex Ryan got his team to play that well against Arizona. And then Philadelphia and the rookie Wentz just dismantling Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was my Super Bowl team. I got to maybe rethink that.
And I'll tell you what, looking at the Cowboys, that rookie quarterback, I mean, he showed last night that, I mean, him and Wentz, both of them, those guys picking up the defense, and they audible off. I mean, that's something that, Cam Newton don't do well. So those guys are a little ahead of Cam them in certain aspect of the game already. And, I mean, being the rookie and just seeing the way those guys pick up the defense, that's great.
So I have a question. Brian, you can answer it.
Yeah.
What round was Dak Prescott selected in by the Cowboys?
Four.
What round was Garrett Grayson selected by the New Orleans Saints?
Great point, Kenny. Three.
Okay. And then there's Carson Wentz.
Yes.
You look at Goff and you look at Wentz. This could be Manning and Leaf all over again when you look at the two. It's too early to say that, obviously, for Goff. But the bottom line is Wentz just has such poise. He's big, he's strong, he's mobile for his size. He makes the right reads. He's accurate. You can see the way the team plays around him. One more point about that. I got to meet Doug Peterson and spend the day with him when he was the head football coach at Calvary Baptist when they were playing John Curtis in the state semifinals back in the 2008 season, I think it was. And he couldn't have been nicer. What a great guy, accommodating, a brilliant offensive mind, and to see him now as the head coach of the Eagles, running that offense the way they do, drafting this kid, and he's basically his eyes and ears, it doesn't surprise me at all. Very, very impressive. It's great to see young quarterbacks playing that well in this league. Belichick, Bill Walsh was an innovator. He picked up the John Coryell principles, took it to another level. But I agree. I think Belichick may be the best football coach in the history of the NFL, given the circumstances of all the competition you have to deal with. Let's take a look at the NFC South standings heading into tonight's game. And as we mentioned, if the Saints can win tonight, well, you know what happens.
Yeah.
It's a tie for first for your New Orleans Saints. So all the gloom and doomers, be gone. The Saints can be right there by beating the Falcons tonight, and all will be well with the world heading into San Diego to play a team that can't win for whatever reason. So it's a real opportunity for the New Orleans Saints. And the Minnesota Vikings, I said if they got quarterback play, they could be the Super Bowl team from the NFC. Even with their second, third-tier quarterback, although Sam Bradford's good enough, they certainly look the part. They play great defense. Without Peterson, they run it effectively, and they throw it well enough. This is a really good football team. Was that a surprise that they went into Carolina and won?
Yeah, won the way that they did. I mean, they owned Cam Newton. Cam Newton, 8 sacks, I think another 8 or 10 hits, 3 interceptions, and he looked like the Cam of a couple years ago. The NFC gone south, that's the nickname I gave it 2 years ago when they couldn't get a team above the 500 mark. And that's the way it looks right now. I think that Carolina will rebound, but I'll tell you what, Denver and Minnesota have shown how you can attack and beat Carolina, and that's relentless pressure on Newton.
Well, I mean, you know, also Newton didn't play smart, Brian. I mean,
No, you're right.
He didn't pick up none of the blitz. I mean, you know, my thing is he's more worried about himself and his image, how sporty he is and stuff. He's not worried about football, but he don't take care of the football at all. And my thing is he's not a smart guy. I mean, he don't read the defense. That's why I say you look at Prescott and Winston, those guys come up to the line of scrimmage, they pick every man out. You know what I mean? Newton see these guys free and open, and he don't make the adjustment to them. I show you that, you know, he really ain't, his mind ain't into football.
Well, and they ended up taking, Minnesota ended up taking Kelvin Benjamin out of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Did
the number
nothing.
one. He
Targeted one time.
One target,
Yeah.
it was a bad pass.
Correct. And the Denver Broncos, even with a guy named Simeon at quarterback, they're still really good.
Yeah.
Well, if you are looking for a great deal, we've got the deal for you. The new Nissan is the place to get one at Premier Nissan of Metairie. Their selection of new Nissan vehicles such as the new Nissan 370Z, the Ultima Frontier, the Juke, the Maxima, the Murano, the Rouge, the Passenger, the Pathfinder. Listen, they're all great vehicles, all models, all colors, large variety. So what are you waiting for? Visit PremierNissan.net today or stop in and experience a test drive of your favorite Nissan model. Back to talk college and prep football when we return on Sports NOLA TV.